Hello, we are back to the Season 0 simulation from the QB Club. We are into our semifinals here. I know over the weekend I did say that we would try to run these on Sunday, but unfortunately we were unable to do so. So here is your semifinal matchup for Monday. We'll do two matchups today. We'll get them out of the way, and then we'll have our finals. Hopefully we'll be able to get that done tomorrow. So a lot to report after that first tournament round. We are now down to Jared Goff against Patrick Mahomes, the two favorites, winning on that side of the bracket. And on the other end of the bracket, we have Justin Herbert and Sam Darnold, two underdogs, going by the seeding at least, on that side of the bracket. So in that first round, Jared Goff was the leader by far, almost 29 points, took home the Trey McBride NFT that will be minted sometime in late April. Justin Herbert, the Justin Herbert NFT holder, came in second, close to 26 points there. Is going to take home the Bijan Robinson NFT. Patrick Mahomes, our buddy Brian, he was close to 19 points in round one, taking home Amon-Ra St. Brown. And Sam Darnold, NFT holder, will take home the CD Lamb NFT. And that was a very tight defensive close game that we played on Friday to round out the semifinal four, the four remaining players going into this last round. So up until now, we have our Jared Goff NFT holder. Goff is rated an 88. He'll come into this game playing home as the number one seed. The Goff NFT holder so far has taken home James Cook and Trey McBride, those two NFTs. And our Patrick Mahomes NFT holder, our buddy Brian, Mahomes is rated a 92 going into this one, and he's already earned himself Sam Laporta in round one and Amon-Ra St. Brown in round two, like we just said. The two winners of the next two rounds will get either the Christian McCaffrey or the Justin Jefferson NFT. That'll go by whichever winner puts up the highest points. And without further ado, let's set this thing up and let's get it going. We're going to play 6-minute quarters. We're going to play with our buddy Tarico and Olsen. And the Lions are home. 8:15 p.m. Weather does not matter in the Dome. Again, we will do our best to calculate the statistics as we go along, but these statistics, recall, are unofficial. The official stats will come at the end of the game. Now, in most of these games, we've had a pretty good idea. Of who the winner was going to be. I think one occasion it was close enough that we did want to double check, but we still did have the winner correct. Let's see if we can get this one going and have it go off without a hitch today. Jared Goff against Patrick Mahomes. Really some good matchups, I think, in these semifinals. This one in particular, with the 1 and the 4 seed, both guys have played exceptionally well in their two games leading to today. And the later game, those guys have played well too, but the Sam Darnold game, that second game, was very low scoring, a defensive battle. And of course we did have that ending where the Steelers could not get a snap off within 20 seconds, which was a little frustrating. We're going to have to do our restart here and get this going for you guys. Just sort of a glitch that we've come up against a number of times. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. It looks like the Lions will be receiving.
Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen with you. That's Harrison Butker, set to get things started. And
here we go.
From Field. That'll be brought down.
Right to the 25.
Decent field position to start this drive. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. Number 1 overall pick in 2016 leads him out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
We had a chance to see him out on the field early in pregame, and I thought
here's Jahmyr Gibbs. He's going to go down pretty quickly. Kind of the fear of the Jared Goff sim has always been how much damage is Jahmyr Gibbs going to do?
Just a yard on first down.
That running game takes
Second
off.
and 9.
Goff's output tends to be lower, but it hasn't happened in our first 2 games.
Shotgun. It's
Goff back there, he's going to hit
taken in by Khalif Raymond.
Khalif Raymond.
Bring him down on the other side of midfield. A gain there of 24 yards.
24 yards we'll give him.
Lions first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard
I have a hard time hearing these guys sometimes, but Tarico's pretty clear right there. I didn't know who number 11 was.
Mike, just always seem to be open. It's really because route running is more art than it is science.
In the first couple rounds, a lot of Jamison Williams, some Amon-Ra St. Brown, not a lot of Sam Laporta.
And earn the trust of your quarterback.
Let's see what we got here. Back to Gibbs on the ground. Nothing again.
He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
We're seeing such an uptick, Mike, across the league in these hybrid kind of positionless defenders, especially safety. So are they a safety? Are they a linebacker? They're good in both coverage.
Let's see if they go to the air here after that.
Near the line of scrimmage and
No gain by Gibbs. Gibbs back in the backfield here. They're going to him again. He's got an opening, though. That's about, looks like about 12. He finally finds an opening. You know they're not going to give up on that run game so quickly. Of course, the priority here is who gets the touchdowns.
Game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks.
Come on, the I formation here.
You give this guy a
probably think, nope, they're going to throw. He's got Gibbs off to the side, but he's going to go down fairly quickly. They actually give him a loss of 1. So some negative fantasy points there for
We call them safeties because they're usually
Jared Goff. Remember, we only really care about the fantasy points here in the Season 0 simulation. We don't care which team wins the game. I think I would kind of be interested to go back and see which teams won. It's going to be an incompletion. Jamison Williams, the target there.
Body him up and set up. A third down
and 11.
I mean, I know that Darnold beat Steelers and the Seahawks won. Herbert, I think Herbert lost. Herbert won, the Chargers lost. So yeah, it does happen.
In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game
4 receivers on the top there, huh? None in the backfield. Gibbs comes in motion. He's going to throw on 3rd and 11. Swings it out to Gibbs, but they're not going to get it. And we'll have a 4th and 6. Kind of be interesting. I think they're in field goal range, so we'll probably see a field goal attempt here.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball,
49-yarder.
multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Eighth kick is good. The Lions will take
All right, so Goff collects 28 yards passing there. A total of 1.12 fantasy points on our chart. Our points are divvied out 25 yards per point passing, 10 yards per point rushing. 6 points for a passing or rushing touchdown, or receiving for that matter, but haven't seen any trick plays in this simulation. Let's see what Mahomes can do. And then -2 for an interception or a fumble lost. They're going to go to the ground off the bat. Not a lot of success on the ground so far today. Kareem Hunt there, I believe. Excuse me.
He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
Mahomes now in the gun. We'll see what he can do from the 25. Gonna hand it off again. Seen a lot of ground game today. 3rd down and 5.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
Mahomes suffered an injury towards the end of the year last year. And we're going to see actually if it might even affect him. Now this is kind of an interesting call, right? Because You'd like to call that a sack, but he did kind of tuck it. He looked like he was going to run there. So there is a chance they might give him, instead of a... All right, they're going to call that a sack. At least the announcers are calling it a sack, so... I was going to call it a sack as well. Every once in a while, we see a play like that, and they call it a run. So that would have been -4. And we do count minus rushing yards, negative rushing yards. We do count that as negative fantasy points. And they're going to punt now. We got a field goal on the first drive from the Lions, and now we got a punt. And no points out of Patrick Mahomes at all on the Chiefs' first drive, and there's a fair catch at the 30. And Goff comes back out.
The Lions offense ready to get going with their second possession. They had the field goal on the opening drive, took the early lead. See if they can improve on that here. 3-0 our score as we begin first and 10. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin the
St. Brown there on a jet sweep.
Maybe a yard. Second down coming up.
Not much going on offensively. These are two of the more high-powered offenses in the league.
To make everything look the same. Formationally,
decent defenses, but
because the second that motion looks like a jet motion, and he's going to get the ball.
Thought we'd be seeing a little bit more aggression here. Swings it out. Raymond again. He's got 2.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7 for Goff now has 30 yards passing, 1.2 points.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Big play here with only a 3-0 lead. Goff has some time. He throws it high. Had Williams out there, but contested. And we're approaching the end of the first quarter here.
Talking to him this week.
Maybe after this punt, maybe they'll get one play.
Critical element of the game. They knew first and second down were going to be hard to pick up big chunks.
A quick 3-and-out, back-to-back 3-and-outs here. Defensive struggle. Again, not expecting that so much.
You've just got to make these plays.
He's going to get a return here, Worthy. Gets about 3 or 4 on the return.
We hit the end
and we'll go to the end of the first.
1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. It's the Lions who have the early lead.
Now, while we do play head-to-head, remember there are ramifications for point total, in that
have it here to start quarter number 2.
The highest point total from the semifinals is going to get the Christian McCaffrey NFT. Big play here, almost picked off. DJ Reed there, former Jet.
And he's able to get a hand on it.
So the higher, and Justin Jefferson will be the second highest winner from the semifinals will get the Justin Jefferson NFT. I don't know that there's a big difference there. Christian McCaffrey, maybe a little older. There's a nice little pass for about 9. And that'll be our first points for Patrick Mahomes. First completion of the day into the second quarter on their second drive.
3rd and a yard.
Looks like big run formation here. Let's see what they do. Is it a sneak? It almost looks like they're going to hand it to Hunt. He's going to get through that. Almost broke through there. I thought maybe there was going to be a little sliver of daylight. Now he could have kept going, but enough for the first down. 5 minutes to go in the half, and on their own 34.
These third downs are so critical, Mike, because every time an offensive play call,
I guess the Chiefs probably optimally here, a nice long drive. They're going to swing it out here to Rashee Rice for 4. But if you can do it, just get a nice long drive here, take up all the clock in the second, then you get the ball back. To start the second half, they could be in really good shape there.
From the 38 now, here's second down and 6.
He swings it out to Hollywood Brown. 3 yards there. I'm going to give it to him yards passing. There's a chance that might have been a backwards pass, in which case they'll only count it as rushing yards. But hopefully we can get ourselves a stat graphic to verify what we've got here between the sack earlier.
It's Mahomes.
It's 3rd and 3. He's going to hit Rashid Rice.
Second grab on this drive. Good for 11 yards.
11 yards.
First down.
It's a gain of 11.
All right, now we're closing in. Now we've got Goff with 30 yards passing and Mahomes with 27.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Nice little crosser over the middle.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on 3rd down,
Rice catches it and gets a few extra yards there. Across midfield.
Certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by
3.5 minutes to go, so that clock is certainly running. They're going to hand the ball off to Kareem Hunt, who's going to get pretty close. Still give him 8. Looked like he had a little momentum there. That ball close to that line, but they're going to limp it a little bit there. Pretty sure we have the injuries turned off. At least I haven't seen one.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 2.
Tight formation here. 3 tight ends. Going to play action and go to their 3rd tight end there. It's Onion. 6 yards. Excuse me. We are certainly seeing a very tight contest here now. Mahomes has 3 more yards than Goff at the moment.
As they continue to wear this defense out.
And we've had no touchdowns, no turnovers. Shotgun here. They hand it off to Hunt. He's got about 11 or 12. He's putting together a nice little game here. At least with the last 2 or 3 carries. He's got 28 yards on the day. As we approach a 2-minute warning, let's see. I don't think we're going to get another snap here. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Not a lot of concern on the clock.
Of 30, that's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset, but
there's your 2-minute warning.
Always, there's the exception to every rule.
A first set of downs to work
from the 22. It's always kind of interesting to watch who calls the timeouts here and who doesn't. Mahomes the pass from the 22 gets it down about 9 to Worthy. 9 yards to Xavier Worthy. And they're now on the 13.
What that does is it makes the defense have to defend
in the red zone.
The entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up.
He's going to throw. He's going to swing it out here to Hunt. He's going to get the first down. Only about 2 on the reception. And the Lions wind up calling a timeout. All right, that's not inconsistent with what we've seen here. Got a 1st and 10, but they're on the 11, so they can theoretically get a first down and not a touchdown. Without scoring a touchdown, I should say. 1:15 on the clock. Kareem Hunt in the backfield. Mahomes to throw. He's got a guy with Rashid Rice. Touchdown. And that put some space between Mahomes and Goff. Still a little over a minute on the clock, so we could still get some points here. 7-3 lead for the Chiefs. Assuming the extra point, of course.
Possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Chiefs move out to a 7-3 lead.
7, Lions 3.
All right. We'll get the kickoff. We'll see if it heads into the end zone or if we'll get a return.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away.
Returns have not really been that exciting. Looks like we'll get one here. Jameson Williams. Oh, nothing. Followed his blocker and everything, only got to the 22, and here comes Goff with 1:08 on the clock. 2 timeouts remaining, and there's one thing good about that scoring on the first down there. The Lions kept 2 of the 3 timeouts. They didn't have to waste them. He swings it out to Gibbs. Got 11 or 12 right there.
second timeout.
They use the timeout. I mean,
a minute remaining.
get out of bounds there, right?
10 at the 35-yard line.
They gonna show us a little replay on that one or no? Doesn't look it. Just use the timeout. Chop chop. Let's go.
Ball out to the 35-yard line.
I'm impatient.
They come up for 1st and 10.
Goff, empty backfield.
Now Goff.
From the 35, it throws it over the middle for 1. I don't know what you're really thinking there. Now the clock tick, 2nd and 8. They're just going to let a lot of clock roll off here. My biggest complaint of the simulation. Still have a timeout to go. Let's see if they can get across midfield, maybe get a field goal attempt out of this. He had time. He goes over to Gibbs and hits him for about 4.
Just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Now 3rd and 5.
He fit that one in a tight
3rd and
window.
5. I mean, they're taking their sweet time here, even with the timeout. I think they're going to get a snap off here. Really got to get it down the field from the 40. He's got some time. He gets the 1st down out to St. Brown. Use the timeout.
Take it with 8 seconds remaining.
12 yards.
First down.
Pretty even in yardage here. I got 58 for Goff and I got 55 for Mahomes. But that touchdown from Mahomes now looming large.
Important to create separation. That's really more of a
Giving
man
Mahomes
beater. That's
the
when
six-
teams
pretty-
wanna just play
basically
you
a 6-point
one-on-one and you
lead.
have to beat the defender.
This one's
Against
thinking you're
zone
probably going to
defense, like we
see it
saw
go
here,
down into the end
it's a lot
zone.
more
It's kind of a
simpler.
strange formation though for a play like that.
Understand the concept of the play,
So they still have 5 seconds to throw it out of bounds. And now you'll probably see the Hail Mary.
And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's
You like
what
to
the
see those
best
big,
guys do.
speedy receivers sometimes on these plays. You know, if you're going to make a play on the Hail Mary. St. Brown's a little on the. Oh, they're going to try to field goal here from 65 yards. This is insanity, but let's see what he's got. 65 yards short. As expected, says Tirico.
It's no good.
Surprised they didn't go for it. They didn't try to at least heave one. You know, had a good game for them last time was Tesla.
All right, Mike,
And their
thanks
wide
very
receivers.
much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA
I haven't
Sports
seen him out there
Studios
at all
with an
today.
abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard.
see
Both
if we
these
can get
teams
some
playing it
stats.
close to the vest in the first half.
Goff with
What will happen
59,
in the
I had him at
second half?
58,
Let's
and
find
Mahomes
out
with
as we send it
56,
back to
I
the
had him at
stadium
55.
and our commentary team.
Sometimes
Mike
those are
Tirico
off. Sometimes they include the rushing yards, if there's QB rushing yards in there, but neither one of these QBs had any scrambling rushing yards, anything. Of course, we had that one play that it was kind of like a quasi sack, but I'm pretty sure they're going to count that as a sack. And the return here out to about the 27, and Mahomes will come out. Big drive here for the Chiefs. The last one was the touchdown pass to Rashee Rice. They got still having faith in the ground game here for a couple yards.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Of course, it does make a little more sense to go with the ground game with the lead, but there's still so much time on the clock at this point. The Chiefs would love to put another 7 on the board. Back to Hunt on the ground. At least you think they'd love to put another 7 on the board. A 2-score lead at this point would be not insurmountable, obviously, but make you feel a whole lot better, I'm sure.
They need 8 as they come up.
3rd and 8 from the 30. Big play here. Mahomes to pass. It's going down. Is that McNeil? Big sack right there.
Your defense is going to start on the field. And man, what a great way to get this half started. Keep this game within one possession, get the ball back to your offense, and see what they can do.
I think I messed up some of the sound there. I'm going to apologize if you guys were Or hearing that wrong. I should have the TV. I normally have the TV.
For the second time.
I left the graphic up also. This is what happens when I don't live stream for a few days. Oh, guys, that was brutal. Just brutal. That is a non-professional job by me. I'm sitting here with the microphone into the loud TV.
It's 1st and 10.
Really, really bad job. I missed some stats on top of it.
He'll throw it left and has his running back. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 41-yard line.
I missed some there too. This is just really poor planning. That's what happens when I take too many days off in between. I can't believe I left the graphic up this whole half.
Goff to throw. He finds Raymond for the completion.
Khalif Raymond there.
Close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Brings up 3rd down.
Oh, I'm just gonna have to. At this point, I'm just gonna kind of have to go with the stats that I missed the last few plays, and this brutal. They're gonna sneak it here. Goff will get a yard rushing.
It's a gain of a yard. And the Lions first down.
Lions approaching midfield.
1st and 10 at the
I don't know if I just missed a
48-yard line.
punt. I feel like I missed a pass though, and that's driving me a little crazy.
On 1st and 10.
Hopefully we can finish up strong here.
Throwing, Goff.
Jared Goff put together a nice little drive here.
He'll be pulled down at about the 35-yard line.
Gain of 17 yards.
They're going to give him 17.
Through the air. Good for a Lions first down.
So I got Goff now with 84 yards, but I feel like I did miss some. Let's see what he can put together here. They're getting closer and closer to the end of the third.
As they try to
Now
see
they're on
if
the
they can end this
35.
drive with some points.
They're going to run.
Hand off to Gibbs, nothing. That running game has been brutal today. I think Gibbs got free on one play.
48-yard line.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage. But
2nd and
when you also
13
have a
from the
defensive
38
back that
going
can
in.
make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage. Man, those guys are just so hard to find. That
Two
was a
tight
heck of a
ends on the
job here by
bottom,
this
two
guy.
receivers wide to the top.
A 2nd down throw for Goff.
Goff has some time, but maybe not forever. He throws this one away.
And he'll just bite the bullet and
Live to
throw
fight
this
another day on 3rd down.
Didn't force anything there.
They technically are in field goal range, but it's a long one from
That
here.
throwaway certainly isn't
38,
ideal
48,
in
55
this
yarder.
situation,
Definitely not a
especially when
gimme.
you're trailing at this stage of the game, but no damage done. Move on
These
to the next
days,
play.
I don't know, 50, 55 yards, almost a gimme. Gibbs in the backfield, but with 3rd and 13, definitely going to see a pass, and that's what you get. Goff throws it to Williams. He's open. 18 yards.
That's well done. They get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Detroit Lions.
I feel like I missed a little graphic there on the passing, too.
Incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far.
I wish
he
I could
had to go
rewind.
across the field before that
Goff's going to
ball
hand
was
off to
off.
Gibbs. It looked like he had an opening to the right there, and he just missed it. But he still gets 4.
To know he can stand tall in that pocket and wait for his receiver to break open.
2nd and 6 at the Chiefs' 16-yard line.
It is
Let's see if
2nd
Goff can
and
get him
6.
in here. A lot of tight ends in the game here.
Motion.
It's like 3 of them. We're going to hand off to Gibbs. He's got an opening, and he churns it to the 1.
Finish off this drive with a touchdown.
Gain of 15 yards.
That is a gain of 15, and now it's 1st and goal.
I heard Tirico say touchdown there, but I
Red zone, Mike, it's so
don't think he
important
meant
that you
it.
still can
12
run the
seconds
ball.
left to go in the
Great
3rd.
job here
I
by the
backfield.
back. Score.
What are you going to do? You're going to give it to Gibbs? Oh, he's going down. That was a key play. Mike Dana stops him.
He'll lose
for a loss of a yard at the end of the third. We're going to go to the fourth.
To the other end as we are
and we'll
through
see
3. And Thursday night primetime continues.
if Goff gets a chance to
after this.
throw. And again, I apologize. Man, I am so upset at myself for A, not taking the graphic down, and B, not having the sound
From
properly set up.
Now, here's 2nd and goal.
And I feel like I've destroyed the live stream for the semifinal matchup here. Goff in the gun. He's going to hand it off to Gibbs, who now he has the opening, and that is going to be very costly. The Lions take the lead 10-7. Gibbs gets the touchdown run.
And finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike,
Who is that there, Chanel?
Great drive to get down here close.
Leo Chanel
Only
just
to
like
settle for a field goal, but in this case, give him a lot of credit.
not
Put a great drive
responding to that
Very able to
cutback there.
capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal.
We've just started the fourth quarter, 5:58 on the clock. So plenty of time for Mahomes to engineer a drive here. Fantasy score-wise, he's got the lead still. I have Goff at 102. I feel like I might have missed a play there. I feel like I might have missed a 10-yard gain or so, but I don't know. So bear with me there. Again, these are unofficial, but Mahomes has that touchdown pass, which right now is more than the difference, even with those yards I may have missed. Another very unimpressive return on the kickoff. And Mahomes comes out.
3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
And it looks like they're going to go to, they're going to play action. He's going to throw it out to Kelsey. It's the first time we've seen him today. And he's got 6.
Travis Kelsey, a 6-yard pickup.
Mahomes up to 62 yards on the day.
28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line.
They're a similar position to where they were at the end of the at the first half, remember. Start of the quarter. Oh, nobody there. Start of the quarter, have plenty of time. And it would be very advantageous, especially here, if they could get one in the end zone.
Instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested
Content with a field goal here, surely, but I mean, obviously, you'd rather take the lead. Third and 4, for now, you need the first down. Mahomes looks like he's going to run. Almost sacked there. Hits Hollywood Brown for 7.
And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Chiefs, first down.
Critical third down.
I don't know. It really looked like Mahomes was going to get caught in the backfield there. He's able to release it right over the middle to Brown. He's going to swing one out here to Rice. Nothing. Nice tackle. That DJ Reed, 2 yards. He's up to 71.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 36.
Goff still has the lead in terms of yardage, but Mahomes with his touchdown pass.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8, 4:23 to go. Mahomes swings it out to Worthy for 7.
And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
4 minutes to go. Again, a field goal here would make it more interesting. A field goal here,
Here we go.
maybe the Lions get a chance to score. 3rd down, big play. He's going over the middle. He's got Worthy again for 5.
First down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
Yeah, the drive continues.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Still not in field goal range. Still got 2 more yards to get across midfield. Starting to get to the point where you're going to want to move the ball and watch the clock. Anyway, both teams with 3 timeouts. Shotgun, he's all alone back there. He hits Rasheed Rice for 9. 2nd and 1, 3:15. Across midfield.
Slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket.
Andy Reid looking slim.
Catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 1.
There are a few tight ends in there. They
Now a give up the middle.
go to Hunt. It's close.
The first down.
They're going to give him the first down. Looks like he barely got it.
That's another
Dan Campbell.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Considering his life choices
41-yard line.
as the Chiefs move the ball, push it into close to field goal range now. Now remember, they tried that field goal from 65 before, came up pretty short.
Throwing from the
About
gun. Here's Patrick.
9 or 10 yards, even further, even closer now. Certainly within range, 8 yards there.
On that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Second and 2.
Are we going to hit the 2-minute warning here? They're going to get one off. And a reminder that, the 2-minute drill is certainly one of
2
Madden's
minutes to play here in the
weaknesses.
second half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, they come up.
They have 3 timeouts, so you'd hope that at least they get a field goal attempt out of this. But if Mahomes throws a touchdown pass here, this is pretty much over.
They'll drop
He is going to throw. He's going to hit Worthy over the middle. A flag.
And they bring him
Pass
down
interference, the one
inside
penalty that we've seen
25-yard line.
every once in a while. Of course, they're going to accept that, so that's not going to count as yardage, unfortunately,
It's 1st and 10.
for our friend Brian there. On the 22-yard line, first down, swings it out to Brown, who goes down for a loss of a yard. I have Mahomes at 99 yards passing at the moment. It's all a moot point unless somehow Jared Goff can score a touchdown. Not taking a timeout here are the Lions, 2nd and 11. But I'm betting if they stop him here, you will see a timeout. Mahomes got a guy. It's Rashid Rice. Huge play here, 3rd and 3. Huge play.
Underneath crossing routes, you wouldn't imagine lead to a lot of explosive plays, but when done right, if you can get the receiver
In field goal range for the tie, but if they get the first down, Mahomes going to throw. He's just swinging out to Hunt. Almost looked like
A screen for Hunt. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
4 yards of first down.
First to their timeout.
No, Chiefs call timeout. Huh? Interesting. A minute to go. Clearly the Chiefs want to score a touchdown here. And we could see OT. And really, for these quarterbacks at the moment, either one of you wouldn't mind overtime because at the point total, we're pretty low. Wow, he hits Worthy. There was a lot of traffic there in the middle. He hits Worthy. And we've got a 2nd down and 1 from the 1. So looks like they could get a first down, but not quite. Empty backfield here from Mahomes. He swings it out to, is that Kelsey? Touchdown. And that is going to be the clincher for Patrick Mahomes and our buddy Brian taking home the victory. I mean, it would take a lot at this point with 36 seconds. I guess, I shouldn't even say that, right? Because no, they're going to, extra point here goes to 14.
And Butker on for the extra point.
It would take, I don't think it's possible for Goff to make the comeback here. Short of a strange Lions returning one for a touchdown or scoring within the next couple seconds, and and then Mahomes kicking a field goal to go to OT. Short of that kind of miracle, I don't see Goff making it to our final round. Let's see what Jameson Williams has to say about it. Not much. Just going to get to the 28.
25. So right about the 28-yard line.
And Goff's coming out. Now the Lions have a chance to win the game. And maybe that'll be a little bit exciting. 3 receivers up top, 2 down below. Empty backfield for Goff. From the 28.
From the gun.
He's got to throw. He's got Williams. And Williams fumbles. Bolton picks it up. He's got to return for about 10 to the 30-yard line. I mean, yeah, that's a brutal ending to the game, especially at home. Williams, he's trying to, you think he's trying to break one, trying to make a play. They need a quick touchdown, and unfortunately, the fumble.
To see what they can do. And on the defensive side,
so we'll get the official stats shortly thereafter. I promise you that the production for the next round, our next semifinal game will be better. Better audio, better video, all that stuff. They're going to hand off. I'm surprised. I guess they have timeouts left here, so.
Clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go.
So let's see. Is it possible, right? Is it possible? I mean, Chiefs, if they're with the timeouts, if they don't move the ball, they're in the gun here, so let's see what he does. He's going to run it to Hunt. There's a first down. And now, well, it's fun to play what if, but at this point now, we're just going to, that's going to be the end. They do call a timeout, but at this point, the Chiefs can just take a knee. Might have been interesting if they were able to stop him there. Kansas City might have kicked the field goal. We might have seen a kickoff with about 5 seconds to go. That could have been interesting. Mahomes to take a knee here. Minus 1 yards rushing, unfortunately. Gonna maybe reconsider whether or not those plays are brutal for stats.
Get a solid performance in all three phases of the game.
I understand where they're coming from. All right, let's see what we got here. We'll have the official stat recap.
So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson.
I can't believe I had the graphic on there for the whole first half. I apologize deeply. These will get better.
Log on to EASports.com.
I mean, I like the fact that I have graphics on here at all, but I have to make sure I remove them when the games start. Brutal, guys. I apologize for that. Let's go to the stats. These will be the official. And let's see how I did in terms of accuracy. All right, I had Goff with 113. He had 115, so maybe I didn't miss a play. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Mahomes, 121 I had, but it looks like he had 133, so I missed something there. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. We'll check out the rushing. I don't believe we had any fumbles lost from our QBs. That's a manual stat that I have to do anyway. No fumbles. Let's go to rushing yards. Mahomes had -1. That was that taking a knee at the end, and Goff had 1 for his quarterback sneak. Receiving, we'll just take a look here, make sure that there was nothing crazy that I might have missed or anything stat-wise that's here, especially since it's the official tabulation, and there is not. So we'll make it official here. Patrick Mahomes upsets Jared Goff. You say upset because of the seed, but Mahomes was a 92 rated QB going up against an 88 Jared Goff. Mahomes moves to the finals with 17.22 points, and whether or not that's going to hold up, and our friend Brian will get the Christian McCaffrey NFT, or whether the victor of the next game can eclipse 17.22. Then Brian will wind up with Justin Jefferson. Not a bad consolation prize, but making the finals, I guess it still has its privileges. So we've had it for the early game. We'll be back probably in about 10 minutes with the next one. Sam Darnold at home against Justin Herbert. See you then.